Donald Trump is trying a new tactic to try to convince the public that he is doing everything he can to fight the pandemic. And this new tactic involves just being a plain, outright racist. In a bunch of different tweets over the last 48 hours, the president has referred to the coronavirus as the Chinese virus, even though professionals have warned us against using that language to describe the pandemic. They have specifically told us do not call it the Chinese virus, and yet here the President of the United States, in multiple different tweets, has referred to it as exactly that. Here's just a handful. Earlier this morning, he tweeted out, "I will be having a news conference today to discuss very important news from the FDA concerning the Chinese virus." Another one yesterday said, "Cuomo wants all states to be treated the same, but all states aren't the same. Some are being hit hard by the Chinese virus. Some are being hit practically not at all." So why is he doing this, right? He knows that it's called the coronavirus. He has called it the coronavirus for many, many weeks. And then suddenly the shift. Suddenly he says, you know what? I'm going to start calling it the Chinese virus. There's a reason. There's a method to the madness. And it's because he understands that the public is unhappy with his handling of the crisis. They do not have faith in him. They do not trust him. And this is just another way to shift the blame. And it's also, throwing a bone to his highly racist base. But it's mostly to shift the blame. See, it's not his fault that things are so horrible here in the United States because this virus has gotten out of control. Because it's the Chinese virus. The Chinese did this to us, he wants us to think. And Fox News also wants us to think that. See, Fox News has been calling it Chinese virus for quite some time now. And as we know, Donald Trump spends most of his day watching Fox News, and this is likely where he picked up this disgusting little racist habit. But make no mistakes, folks, this is not a Chinese virus, okay? Coronavirus has been around for quite some time. This is not something that just randomly mutated just now. Coronavirus has been around. Of course, obviously, it's never been this widespread. It's never officially been a pandemic as it is now, but it has been there. And it is not the Chinese people's fault that the United States is going through this right now. That is not why this disease came over here to the United States. This disease was allowed to come over here and to spread because Donald Trump is a corrupt and inept leader. He disbanded the pandemic team 2 years ago. Back in 2017, when they first came to the White House, Obama and his team actually ran through different pandemic scenarios with the Trump administration so that they would be prepared. They didn't listen. They didn't think they had to. They thought they were smarter than the man who just spent 8 years being president of the United States. So yeah, this is Trump's fault. And it doesn't matter what he calls this. It's not going to shift the blame away from him. And in the meantime, he's going to hit us with a daily dose of racism to make us think that somehow Asian people are responsible for this. That is not the case. That is not the truth. Donald Trump is falling back on what he always falls back on when he hits hard times, and that is full-blown, overt racism. One of today's video sponsors is NewsVoice. NewsVoice is a news aggregate that pulls stories from all major news sites, as well as international and independent media, in a personalized news feed. And each news story shows multiple different sources, which are all clearly tagged with their bias and perspective. And NewsVoice is completely ad-free. They do not depend on any corporate sponsors. And that's why your financial support is so important. You can click the link below this video and head over to the NewsVoice Kickstarter. They're raising money to hire more investigative journalists and more news readers so that this election cycle, 2020, we can finally cut through all the fake news and know what's really happening. NewsVoice has a lot of projects that they want to get off the ground before the election takes place, but they need your help in order to do that. So once again, follow the link below in the description of this video and help out NewsVoice in any way you can. After all, NewsVoice is shaped by its readers. You can upvote stories that you find interesting, you can add stories, you can add missing links that you think give people a better understanding of the story. For the first time ever, there's a completely open and democratized platform for news that is completely free from any corporate influence. So once again, the link in the description of this video. Head over to Newsvoice Kickstarters and let's fix the news together.